Woo! Cat!
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm a bad man! I shook up the world! I shook up the world! My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious.
I feel I'm the best ever. I broke everybody's record. Tell me who record I haven't broke.
Colossal Boxing Talk.
What's up, YouTube? Smooth Cat back today. Feature with
Kool, John G. What up?
and we here today to do we here to triple up and do a breakdown video for the most anticipated fight in boxing today. That is Floyd Money Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. And start us off, John G.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is something that's been in the works for about 5 years, man. I mean, and it's probably the most I think it's the most anticipated fight in history. I mean, of course, I wasn't alive when Ali and Frazier was, but I mean, like, this is something where you got two fan bases where you got Flows, you got Pactards. Like, it's so big that they have their own names. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's so big that we gotta have all three of us break this thing down.
Most deaf. Big Kool?
I agree with what JG said. You know, this is the biggest fight of my lifetime, at least right now. This is a fight everybody wanted to see since it's been first talked about in 2009. We 6 days away. The talking is almost over, at least for the fighters. That is, you know, the fans gonna always talk, you know, before the fight and long after the fight is over. But I'm excited. The fight is already ordered in my household. Having a few people over, and we just gonna enjoy the night of boxing and gonna watch Mayweather. I mean, I'm not gonna get my prediction away, but we're just gonna watch a great fight, man. I can't wait to May 2nd to finally, get it on with these two great fighters.
Most definitely. Hey, I agree. Like I say, what I'm most looking forward to with this fight, I'm not only looking forward to see what the two fighters do, I'm looking forward to see which corner devises the better game plan. In the case with Mayweather, I mean, Floyd Mayweather Sr., he doesn't get a lot of credit for being a strategic type coach, because we all know it's like Floyd Mayweather seems to do it all, know it all. So it's kind of like Mayweather's trainers, whether it was Floyd Sr. or Roger Mayweather, they get overlooked a lot, which is, I feel is kind of wrong, but it's what happens. In the case with Manny Pacquiao, everyone knows Freddie Roach, 7-time trainer of the year. He has a lot of accolades, trained many world champions and things of that sort. But he has something in front of he has a zero going up against Floyd Mayweather. So he's hoping that him and Manny Pacquiao can change that this weekend. But to get things going on in the right way, this is showcasing the corner scene with Chop Corley against Floyd Mayweather. And we're going to...
Sparring partner, Corley.
Oh, most definitely. And this is the fourth round here. It'll be coming up shortly. But for the time being, in this fight, what I noticed a lot of, I noticed Mayweather, I think this is the fight that taught him that he can't use the shoulder roll against southpaws, because he got hit with some hellacious shots like that right hook shortly ago. But what I do always like about Mayweather is, even when he gets hit hard, he makes the subtle adjustments to be able to recover. That's like now. Corley was to the point where he was winging wild shots and just trying to hit him with anything instead of remaining calm. If he'd have went to the body a little more, this possibly could have been a different fight. What's your take, JG?
My take right now, you brought up a very good point. Resiliency, as you can see right now, Corley is doing a very good job of landing that right hook. But what Floyd did right there was he turned the table excited just because he hit him. Now Floyd's turning the tables and walking him down a little bit here. So that's one thing that he does have in his repertoire. And look, as you can see, look, the momentum changed because Corley had him hurt pretty badly in that round, and now some of the steam out of that is gone, and Floyd is able to score his own shots.
Big Kool?
Yeah, pretty much. Floyd turning the tide in this round. As the fight obviously, progressed, Corley's technique and fundamentals got sloppy. Once he seen that he hurt Floyd, and Floyd, being a great fighter that he is, and being aware, he took advantage of that. And for this strategy, I wouldn't advise Manny Pacquiao to try to do this because, for one, I don't think he's as physically strong as Floyd. So him trying to muscle up Floyd, I don't think would be successful at all. Now, once he get him on the ropes, obviously he needs to work the body and, look to throw the right hook over his jab, being a southpaw and knowing that the shoulder roll isn't as effective as it would be if Manny Pacquiao was an orthodox fighter. But, like I said, Manny is not physically stronger than Floyd, so bullying him, I don't see that happening. But once he get him on the ropes, he has to be, intelligent, work the body, and time Mayweather when he looks to either throw a jab or a left hook, and see if he can land his right hook over top of that, either one of those punches.
Okay, now something else, like I noticed with this round. Like JG mentioned it earlier about Corley shooting his load. But if you see, Mayweather made a mid-round subtle adjustment. He know Corley was coming with the right hook, so he started shooting the jab to the body. And once he shot it to the body a couple of times, like you say, he sucked the air out of Corley. He landed the right, and after that, he was just pretty much he honestly, after being hurt, he pretty much won the round.
Yeah, he tired right there. Look at him. He tired. Corley is tired, and Floyd has just been rejuvenated and got his second win. And know that, like JG said, he shot his load early, so he has nothing to worry about now.
Indeed, but also another thing with that round was it was like if I don't, like I say, it's one of those things you always, in hindsight, you could say if this guy did this, it could have been different, or if this guy did that, that could have happened. But I mean, who's to say if Corley would have went to the body that he would have been able to like land effectively, because as we know, Mayweather is a defensive genius and he does a good job of getting out of the way of body shots and hit, especially especially headshots.
Yeah, but I think his shoulder roll defense kind of leaves him open more so for body shots, obviously, than the head. But people so head happy with with the head hunt, they forget that aspect of the game and end up just strictly focusing up top, and that's when Floyd Mayweather started to pot shot you and throw the check left hook, and you so much out of your rhythm now. It's like you just uphill battle. So Manny gonna have to be intelligent and know everything, and anticipate everything and be right with his timing to be successful.
Okay. All right, we about to get into the fifth round between Manny Pacquiao and Ledwaba. So now you see Freddie Rose giving his last little instructions to Pacquiao in the corner. But no, no, but you know what though? Now the thing is, with this video here, I kind of chose this one because Ledwaba was a pure boxer with good power in his hand, known for putting on clinics, and his aggression was able to overtake Ledwaba's patience in this fight. So this is kind of something that I think Pacquiao does. He needs to be himself, but it's okay to be a little wild at times, because we know he's effective when he's wild. But as you see, he got caught with a straight right hand there by Ledwaba. Pacquiao's, in my opinion, the punch that is his almost, I want to call it his weakness, because he gets hit with it so often. JG?
Pacquiao has matched where he can probably land one flush shot. The rest be just a whole bunch of looking like he's landing, and he can win rounds that way.
Indeed. Big Kool?
Yeah, I agree with the organized chaos, but against a master boxer like Floyd, I don't care what Floyd says. I know he's been studying the tape of Manny Pacquiao, old and present, and I think he's going to anticipate each and every move that Manny Pacquiao attempts to utilize against him, and he's going to put himself in position to be successful. So it's going to feel like it's wild once they're in there because Floyd is going to put himself in the proper position to offset a lot of what Manny does. That lunging in stuff he does with against Brandy and he paid for against Marquez and Algeria. Floyd is going to look to make him pay for that. And you're underrating Floyd's power, but Floyd has enough power to sit Pacquiao down. I'm not saying stop him, but he has enough power to knock him down and make him respect his own power. So Manny Pacquiao is going to have to use his foot speed to try to get in and get out. Whenever Floyd is not in position to attack back or counter. So it's going to be an intriguing opener. First couple rounds to see how Manny Pacquiao can have success against the laid back style of Floyd.
Okay. Like I say, it's kind of another thing, as we know, with his foot speed that Manny has. I believe Manny is the most. He could possibly be the most fleet-footed fighter that Floyd Mayweather has ever faced. So I mean, I'm wondering. I mean, I know Floyd is known for adapting and making proper adjustments mid-fight. But I know it's kind of hard to prepare for something that you're not accustomed to. But like I said, we all know he's a magician in the ring, and we know he'll definitely attempt to make things look easy between him and Manny. But I mean, I'm one of the people. I don't believe this is going to be an easy fight for either guy. I really don't. So for the people who are viewing this now, this guy's gonna win easy. I mean, it's okay to feel that way. I don't feel that way. I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I just don't see it. What about you, JG? JG? Be cool?
Yeah, I'm here. Go JG. Go ahead, JG.
Okay, are you going to play the Ortiz part? Are you going to start it or?
Yeah, we can actually start it now. It'll be the second round.
Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the second round. First round, they got the little filling out process. I think that Floyd really wanted to attack Ortiz early with the right hand lead, which he was able to do. This is a little bit of a different Floyd because this is where the camp was led by Roger Mayweather, and I think that with Roger, Floyd was a little bit more better offensively. That's what I think. I think that he's still pretty sharp with it.
Agreed. You know, in this fight, what I like the most about Floyd Mayweather is not only was he relaxed, he was sure of himself. Is I mean, I understand Victor Ortiz isn't Manny Pacquiao, and Victor Ortiz he was young, but it's like if you see Floyd, it's like he has a unforeseen confidence about himself in this fight, and you see Ortiz constantly stalking, and Ortiz lands one out of those four shots, but it's just like outside of, I mean, without getting really physical and dirty with him, he didn't really have anything for Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion, because Mayweather was just he was just too smart, too quick. Countering everything he did was always two steps ahead of Ortiz the whole fight, and that's what Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to get into a process of doing, where Mayweather has you figured out from the outset, because you do not want to be a 12 round or nothing victim of his, where he outboxes you constantly and there's nothing you can do. Be cool.
Yeah, pretty much in this fight, Floyd, as the fight wore on, he started to turn it up offensively. I know he kept it, I think in the third round, he kept it in the center of the ring, and he was just teeing off with straight right hands on Victor Ortiz, mixed in with a occasional left hook, but he was definitely more offensive minded in this fight. He knew what he was going up against. And Victor Ortiz, a guy that can be mentally broken down as well as physically broken down. But at times when Ortiz pushed him back to the ropes, and you know how Mayweather does the little dip, just I guess he's dipping down. They can play in the hands of Manny Pacquiao, who kind of throws his punches from the side when he's at times when the fighter is ducking down, so he can throw that straight or turn it up into a left uppercut to maybe get the attention of Floyd, to let him know you can't bag up in the corners and duck down like that without paying some type of price. So that's something definitely to look out for in the fight.
Most def. Also, now something else I want to see in this fight. I wonder, can Manny Pacquiao, is he gonna? I heard Freddie Roach mention this today on an interview about how he said Manny isn't gonna be following Floyd. He said Manny's gonna be cutting the ring off and corner him. That is one of the key points of this fight. If Manny Pacquiao can cut the ring off, then this fight could have a dramatic turn. If he's able, huh?
It could, but see, a lot of this, I believe both fighters are going to shock us to a certain extent. I think maybe Manny Pacquiao is going to show better boxing skills than he's displayed, throughout his career, and I think that Floyd is going to show you a far better offensive display than people are expecting from him. So if Manny Pacquiao is successful in cutting the ring off, then I believe Floyd is just going to have to bite down and dig a little deeper, which he can, and has to fight fire with fire. And I think his power might, surprise a lot of people, and maybe offset the aggression of Pacquiao once he tastes the power of Mayweather, and know that he's in a deeper fight than he thought originally. Because with the skills of Floyd, he's already against it, uphill battle, and if he feels his power and it shies him away, then the fight is pretty much done. Because that's really gonna take him mentally out of the game, right out of the fight.
Well, see, Manny Pacquiao has to be very careful in trying to cut off the ring with Floyd Mayweather, because see, a lot of times what people don't realize is that Manny Pacquiao misses shots and he ends up in places that he doesn't want to be. Now you're gonna see it a couple of times in the Bradley fight. Well, Bradley isn't necessarily Mayweather, where he can make him pay right after he makes the mistakes, almost simultaneously. But Manny Pacquiao, sometimes I think probably Malignaggi kind of alluded to it, where his footwork will drive him into somewhere else that, oh, I didn't mean to be here. And with Floyd, I believe that a big part of the fight is going to be if they are in the corners or he's trying to cut the ring off and Floyd is allowed to clinch. When Bayless breaks them up, Floyd does the little veteran thing where he turns you around. Next thing you know, Manny Pacquiao's in the corner and he struggles. Manny Pacquiao kind of struggles on the ropes and out of the clinch and blocking body shots. I think that Floyd going to the body is going to be key if he's able to sustain the body attack like Bradley was able to do in both fights. I think that it'll be a tough night for
success on the offensive end is going to be predicated on Floyd and his willingness to, sit there and exchange with him. Because if he's moving side to side and stepping back, Manny Pacquiao going to lunge in, overextend himself, and that's when Floyd going to shoot a right hand down the middle or check left hook. And that's just going to add on to the problem. So if he can get Floyd to cooperate and stand grounded, keep the fight in the middle of the ring where he can attack in exchange with him, he had more success. But if Floyd is moving and making him miss, Manny Pacquiao is going to look confused in there because he can get reckless at times, and Floyd is banking on that, I believe.
I believe Floyd is banking on that as well. We're gonna get into the footage here. This will be round 4, Pacquiao versus Bradley 2, and we are underway. But okay, what I kind of noticed with this fight here, as you see Bradley coming out, shooting a jab, but Manny Pacquiao, as we mentioned, he will come dive in. He will lunge in to be able to land a shot, or as John JG mentioned, have the illusion that he's landing a lot of shots. So the thing with Manny is he needs to it's a certain point in this round here where he throws a probe shot and then he lands if I'm exact, I think it was a nice body shot on Bradley. Oh no, it was the right hook up. It was the right hook upstairs that he just landed. He probed with his left hand as if he was gonna turn it over, and Bradley saw it, so he ducked into overhand right. And these are the type of setups that he needs to use against Floyd Mayweather. Even though I know Mayweather is more intelligent than Timothy Bradley, but as a fighter, every fighter makes mistakes. Even undefeated fighters, every fighter makes mistakes. So Manny Pacquiao will definitely hope to that his probing attack will have him will be able to lead him to be successful. JG.
And the one thing about this round that I was able to really notice, and later on in this fight, Bradley did absolutely he did a lot of work that went under the radar. And one thing that I was going to point out, that I am going to point out now, that a lot of people didn't notice, are two things. In this fight, Bradley, there were times where, in order to give Pacquiao a different look, he kind of lined up southpaw and he kind of feinted. He was able to land a couple of jabs that way. And Mayweather Maidana, in order to kind of, I guess, disrupt what Maidana was trying to do in ambushing him, Floyd lined up southpaw so that he wasn't ever caught out of position. He could keep everything in front of him. So I think that could be a look that maybe Floyd might utilize on Pacquiao some. But as you're looking in this round, man, he's throwing punches, the illusion. Like he's not really landing anything, he's not really landing anything of substance. But if he can somehow smother Mayweather so that Mayweather's not able to throw punches, he's still in a defensive stance and thinking defensive. Manny doesn't even have to land one blow, but he's going to win a round.
Agreed.
Yeah, because he gonna win the round because, like you said, if he's smothering him and not allow him to get off, and his activity alone is gonna carry the round because he's just being active, and Floyd can't afford to co-spot his fight throwing a few punches against a guy that's not only that's gonna throw punches, that's equally or more popular amongst the people, and he's a sentimental favorite or underdog or whatever in this fight. So Floyd definitely gonna have to come out of character in this fight, and let it all hang out.
I definitely agree. I think Floyd's game plan in this fight is going to be to attack the body with the straight rights, go up top with straight rights. He's also going to be looking for that check left hook. Now the thing with Mayweather and his straight rights, he has a point where when he shoots the straight right, he overextends himself sometimes. Not many people can counter him, but I'm interested to see if Manny Pacquiao is fast enough to catch him in the middle of that exchange.
Oh, he definitely fast enough to catch him.
But
Is he gonna be in position to catch him? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna be in position? time that's why Floyd, Marquez, and whoever are great counter fighters because they're always in position to attack and make you pay for your own mistakes. Manny Pacquiao is known as a brawler, slugger, whatever you want to call it, because he's a seek and destroy fighter, and countering is not his strong suit. So, it's all about position and timing.
Agreed. Now we're gonna get into this Mayweather versus Zab Judah round 2, and that's a selection from Smooth Cat. No, but here we go here. Okay. In this one, now the thing is, Manny Pacquiao is a lot different than Judah. He's not as technically sound as Judah is. Now, but what I'm kind of wondering is if Manny Pacquiao can, if he can kind of if he can steal some of what Judah was doing, as if I mentioned earlier, Manny Pacquiao needs to attack Mayweather while Mayweather is attacking him. He needs to look for that the straight left hand, and also one of his key punches is when Mayweather shoots that right hand as he just did, or the jab to the body. Pacquiao likes to go over the top when opponents do that. I'll show you in the next fight about that. But he likes to count over the top with that right hook. And that's definitely a punch. Like Judah just landed it there, and the unofficial knockdown was scored. But it's like with this one, as you like even now, even with Judah being the aggressor, he's landing the better shots. Mayweather is always composed in the ring. He's always calm, collected, patience, and always looking to strike. But in this one, the early part of it, he couldn't get Judah's timing and speed down. So I'm wondering. I'm knowing Manny Pacquiao's timing and speed. I believe it'll cause some problems. Be cool.
Yeah, it will cause problems. Even though both Zab Judah and Manny Pacquiao are both southpaws, like you said, he's not as technical as Zab Judah is, and he's not like Zab was able to bully Floyd at times early in this fight. Like I said, physically strong. Manny Pacquiao is not that, at least not compared to Mayweather. So I don't see him being able to physically bully him, but as far as landing the straight lefts and the right hooks, of course he can if he's in position. Position for him.
Absolutely.
But if he's not in position, then it doesn't matter what Floyd is doing. He's not going to be successful. But if he can close the distance and get to Floyd early and let him know that and make him feel his power, it can be a totally different thing. Because Floyd is not the same fighter as we're watching here. He's older. A lot more mileage on his body. Reflexes have slowed down a little bit, evident as his fights with, McDonough, and, whatnot. And, he's a different guy, so he's not as sharp as he was in this fight. So both guys have equal opportunities to, be successful in this fight. It's all about which guys, better prepared or going to execute their game plan the best come Saturday night.
JG?
A couple of things about the Zab fight that Manny could utilize. Zab, Amir Khan, I believe, said this on Fight Hype. Fight Hype can be biased, but I thought that it was very interesting what Amir Khan was saying. What he was saying is that Manny kind of has a lot of the same rhythm. But Manny stops his feet, he's going to throw the punches. Now, what Zab Judah was able to do to kind of slow Mayweather down in the beginning of that fight was Zab was mixing it up. And Zab never really gave him the same looks. He never really gave him the same rhythm. And at times, Zab was, he was leading the dance. He was like Mayweather leading the dance. And Zab's right hand was on that night. Now, Manny Pacquiao, as of late, now you're about to do this, Miguel Cotto. His right hand was on this night. It was on this night. But
Agreed.
as of late, his right hand has been kind of a flick, or it's been kind of a loop, and it's not necessarily been something that Manny Pacquiao seems like he's really focusing on. It's more so straight left, and he's gonna have to make. He's gonna have to be short, compact. He's gonna have to time it correctly. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's only as good as his right hand's gonna be this night.
I agree. I agree with you 100% with that. Let's get into this third round between Manny Pacquiao and Miguel Cotto. And okay, now in this fight, like what I was mentioning shortly, this is because Cotto now something Cotto does a little similar to Floyd. He doesn't do it just like Floyd, but he like when he shoots the jabs to the body, he leaves that open. It's not a big window, but it's a window that's open wide enough where you can't come over the top and counter it. And Manny Pacquiao in this fight, he countered it in this round exactly. It's not coming up. It's coming up shortly, but he countered it perfectly. Now the thing with it is kind of like JG mentioned is like with Pacquiao, he's only going to be as good as his right hand is his fight. So like I said, he has to like be able to mix it up. He also has to make Floyd. He has to have Floyd thinking. What Pacquiao wants in this fight, believe it or not, I believe Pacquiao should let Floyd Mayweather be the aggressor. I really do. And because I think if Floyd Mayweather is the aggressor and he's the one pursuing, then you have more openings where you can potentially land big shots on him instead of him countering you. You can kind of counter the counter puncher. Be cool.
Well, that could be something that Floyd, I mean not Floyd, that Freddie and Manny have discussed and talked about as a potential backup plan or maybe the leading plan. But you know, it's all gonna be predicated on how Manny Pacquiao is. You know, if he lets Floyd come to him, and that could work. You know, as long as he's aware of everything that he's gonna throw at him. But yeah, if he right hand happy or his right hand effective, he definitely has a big chance of winning this fight and winning it by stoppage because he has power in both hands. But you know, before he developed the right hand, the left hand, I think it was he was early on. He was just straight. He was a straight. I guess it was early on his career. He was straight left hand happy. But if he can have his right hand play a big key in this fight, you know, that'll turn the tide in his favor in a big way, and you know he can get to the older, slower Mayweather at this stage of his career. But you know, it's all up to Manny, man, because Floyd is gonna be Floyd. You know, Manny is gonna have to be that Manny that JG always talks about. He's gonna have to be that special Manny Pacquiao that we've known, you know, grown to love and go all out with it and let Floyd have it.
Agreed, JG.
Well, as I'm watching this round right now, and even though Miguel Cotto got dropped twice, or maybe it wasn't twice this round.
No, it was once.
But yeah, it was once, and he got dropped the next round. But Miguel Cotto was doing some really effective work to the body. He set it up with the jab. Now, Manny Pacquiao cannot allow Floyd Mayweather to get clean body shots because if there's one person you don't want to allow to score clean blows, it's Floyd Mayweather because he's such a master at letting everybody else know that he landed this shot. Like me and Smooth can't talk about it all the time. He's very good at framing punches, so you're gonna know that Floyd landing these punches, and you're gonna see clean punches versus the illusion. Now, to me, if I see clean punches, I'm scoring those over the illusion. So Manny has to be very careful with that. And he has to be able to Mayweather's. I think that Mayweather has a very underrated jab, similar to how Kool was in that round. So Manny has to be very careful. Manny has to keep moving around. Manny can't have the same rhythms over and over. You know what I'm saying? He's got to switch it up. He's got to switch his words up.
Big Cool. We'll let you start the prediction part off.
Okay, well, before I get to the prediction, early on in this fight, I see it being, you know, cautious the first couple of rounds. I see Manny Pacquiao taking him, you know, off of activity. I think he may drop Floyd early on in this fight. I think both guys are gonna come out nervous 6 rounds, to try to, set the pace of the fight and let Floyd know that, it's gonna be a long night for him. But I think this is gonna be an action fight. I really do. I think it's gonna be a fight of the year candidate. But with that being said, I think Floyd is gonna stop Manny Pacquiao in the 11th round. He's gonna catch him coming in, and he's gonna get him with a combo, probably check left hook and finish him off with a straight right. And it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an emphatic knockout for Floyd Mayweather. That silences his critics who said he can't punch. And I think he puts Manny Pacquiao down in the 11th round for a clean KO victory.
Okay. Mr. John, JG.
Man, look, those who've been, my friend, who've been debating me for years, I haven't wavered on this. I believe that Floyd Mayweather's going to win this 8 rounds to 4. I don't think there's going to be any knockdowns. Or maybe there will be. I don't know. I mean, me personally, I think it's going to be 116, 112. I think that Floyd Mayweather's, he's going to, Manny Pacquiao does a very bad job in clinches, blocking body blows. I just think that the body is key, and I think that Floyd is going to win that. And I believe that Manny Pacquiao is going to come out, and he's going to win a couple of rounds just based on being awkward and Floyd trying to figure out a style. But you're going to look over on the stool, and you're going to see that Floyd isn't fazed by any of it. Everybody else might be fazed, and Floyd's not going to be. He's going to be composed like Mike was saying, and it's just going to come down to what Austin Trout said in the interview earlier. Floyd has a lot more in his arsenal that he can dig deep with than Manny Pacquiao does, and I just think that we're just going to see a Floyd that we haven't really seen in a long time as far as digging deep. And I think that he gets the decision victory.
Okay. Here we go. And this one, my original take on this fight from back in the day, I always felt that Mayweather would win by 8th round KO is what I felt back in the day. Now I've gotten a little older, I gotten a little wiser, and learned to study fighters a little differently, and my opinion has changed. I feel this is going to be a very interesting fight. One thing is I feel that Floyd Mayweather, I feel his body attack will be one of the determining factors of this fight, because I really believe he's really like, he has his mind set on going after Manny Pacquiao's body. So I believe he's going to land a lot of body shots in this one. And kind of like Big Kool mentioned, I do believe Floyd Mayweather is going to get, I believe he's going to taste the canvas this fight. And he's gonna get up, and he's gonna make the subtle adjustments that he needs to make, and he's gonna go on to win this fight, and he's gonna win by a very close split decision, and it's gonna be so close that you're gonna be hearing a lot of people gonna claim exactly. You're gonna hear the rematch. You're gonna hear people claiming robbery, but I believe it's gonna be that. I believe it's gonna be that tight, because I believe it's. In this fight, not only Floyd Mayweather, he's the more gifted boxer, he's the more intelligent boxer, and Manny Pacquiao's been hearing that for years. So Manny Pacquiao's thing is he wants to stop that claim. So I believe Manny Pacquiao is gonna have the best fight of his career, and he's gonna just fall short by losing to the better overall boxer.
Let me add one more thing before we get out of here. I've been saying this. I told JG this. I told you this. If Floyd is Floyd from his previous fights and it goes the distance, he will not have his hand raised. It doesn't matter if he offset Manny Pacquiao. The illusion of Manny Pacquiao, throwing punches and Mayweather pot shotting him is not going to get him the decision in this fight. It's been getting closer and closer as he got in the latter part of his career. The Canelo Alvarez fight, the Mayweather fight, somebody's looking to give him that L, man, whether it's legitimate or not. And I swear, man, this fight gonna end in controversy if Floyd doesn't, let his hands go early and often throughout the course of this fight. Because Manny Pacquiao is the perfect guy that nobody will feel any sympathy for Floyd if he gets robbed and, you know,
Agreed.
you know, so it'll be on Floyd if he doesn't get the decision victory because he knows what's at stake. He knows that this is exactly what can happen. You know, if he's not making an effort to really dig in and earn this fight. So if he goes to the scorecard, I expect Manny Pacquiao to be the first man to defeat Floyd Mayweather Jr.
You know what? Now, what I was thinking is, like, in regards to that. Now, if the fight is as close as I say it is, and I can see that way that, like I say, I think this is a fight that can go either way. I just believe that Floyd Mayweather, like as Austin Trout said, he does have more. He has different dimensions he can go to be successful. Manny Pacquiao has some dimensions as well, but he doesn't have as many as Floyd Mayweather. So that's why I think he'll end up coming up short at, and that's why I believe Floyd Mayweather will be successful in this fight. But there will be a rematch, and I'm not gonna get no prediction on the rematch, but around that time I'm gonna give a prediction. But
And man, Manny Pacquiao probably gonna knock him out like Roy Jones did. Got knocked out with Tucker. You know what? This fight might be like that.
I got a feeling that Floyd get knocked out.
oh wow,
What? No, I'm not saying I got. No, I'm not saying he gets. I got a feeling Floyd gets knocked out. No, I'm not saying that, Mike or JG. But this fight gonna surprise a lot of people in terms of entertainment, man. And you know, finally, man, I'm getting the goosebumps now because the fight we realizing that we breaking down a fight that's actually gonna happen, man.
absolutely.
I'm getting nervous, man, for both guys, man, and I just can't wait for Saturday, man. It's gonna be explosive, man. Finally, we can all, you know, breathe a sigh of relief once the bell, the first bell is rung and we have a winner or a loser or whoever. So May 2nd, man, it's gonna be here in 6 days, and I look forward to it.
Okay. Now with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we know this video is extremely long, but I mean, with a fight of this magnitude, you definitely you have to cover these type of things officially and objectively, as Colossal Boxing Talk always does. And I don't mean to be rude, but I believe we're the most objective individuals on YouTube. And I might be biased, but that's my belief. But with that said, hopefully you guys hit that like button. Leave those comments in the comment section below. Big Kool, JG, or either Smooth Cat. We'll get back to you guys at our earliest convenience. Big Kool.
Like you said, man, we the most objective, fair-minded, boxing media outlet on YouTube, and we call it like it is, and we appreciate all our subscribers, our fans, people that leave comments, watch our videos, as well as Facebook, our Facebook fam. So keep supporting us, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and give us some feedback, good or bad. You can dislike the video if you want. At least we know you checked it out. So, JG?
We don't want you to dislike the video.
We're gonna be biased and say that we are objective. It's ironic. Nah, but like on all my videos and on interviews and stuff like that, I just want to thank everybody who tunes in. We really appreciate it, and we're just gonna we doing this for you guys. It's for the people, by the people. It's not like FUBU, but I guess it sounds like that, and we're just gonna keep them coming.
Most definitely. Well, go over to Facebook. You guys know the deal. Hit the like button. You can go to Twitter and Instagram. Follow us at Colossal CBT. I am Smooth Cat.
I'm Big Kool.
I'm John G.
And we out.
Yeah, we knock 'em down.